Hey gang, Smitty sells cars, and today I'm bringing you yet another lot walk. I've loaded up the truckster and drove about 45 minutes away from the house to dive headfirst into the used car machine that is Drivetime. So let's take a walk and look at some inventory as I fill you in on Drivetime's backstory, and trust me, it's juicier than a gas station hot dog. And don't worry about me getting shot. It's Sunday, they're closed. You didn't think they were gonna invite me out, did you? Now, for those of you wondering, where the hell did Drivetime even come from? Well, that's a great question. Once upon a time in 1977, a man named Thomas Duck Sr., yes, the Duck, launched Ugly Duck Rent-A-Car, and it absolutely soared. That is until the 80s came along and it quacked out and he filed for bankruptcy. Enter Ernest Garcia II, a felon, fresh off a plea deal for bank fraud, who only served 3 years of probation for his role in the Lincoln Savings and Loan disaster. Now here's the thing, Garcia wasn't down for long. He swooped in and bought Ugly Duckling Rent-A-Car for under a cool $1 million. Call it a post-felon fire sale. Fast forward to September of 2002 and bam, Drivetime was born. Your go-to buy here, pay here, used car empire, which now has over 130 dealerships in its group and its own financing company or two. So they have a stranglehold on the subprime financing car paper that's out there. And don't think Drivetime is the only thing Garcia's got his hands in. Garcia also spun off some intriguing sidekicks like Carvana. You know, where e-commerce blends in with car vending machines. Go Financial and Silver Rock are just a few of the other companies he controls. So he's basically got a used car lot where the trellis grew an entire automotive vine. Now fast forward to today, Ernie Garcia II, convicted felon turned billionaire, has a net worth of around $20.7 billion as of January 2025. And he is the richest man in Arizona. So not too bad for buying a fledgling rental car company, right? Now let's shift gears and see what Drivetime actually looks like in the wild, Kissimmee style. So come on, let's go take a look around. This location is absolutely huge. I don't know that I've seen a Drivetime with a bigger footprint than this one, but I'm sure some of you out there in major cities will say, this is nothing. Buddy, you should see the one we got in Houston right up the street from me. But this is a very large location. Obviously, at some point, it was a franchise new car dealership just by the layout of it. But let's take a walk around for a few minutes and let me just show you kind of an idea of what they carry and what they're asking for these things. This is a 2020 Chevy Trax LS, 85,000 miles, and they are asking $13,595. They do include a warranty on all their purchases. They are not selling as-is cars. So at the end of the day, at least you're not leaving with that warranty of, hey, if it breaks in two pieces, you own both of them. So what exactly are they giving you? They're giving you a 30-day, 1,500-mile powertrain drivetrain warranty. That's it. You can always buy an extended warranty, and trust me, they will ask you to buy one. But this one right here is a 2021 Chevy Trax LT, 80,400 miles, $16,995. And that is before your tax, your tag, your dealer fee, your electronic filing fee if they have one. So you're easily carrying on your loan right here $20,000 for openers on an 80,000 mile base, tiny, I mean so small if you fart in this thing, you give yourself a concussion. 20 grand for openers. You don't even want to know what the payoff is. Next, 2020 Nissan Rogue Sport S. This one has 94,000 miles. S model, not the most loaded out by any stretch of the imagination. $15,295. Do you get alloys for that? Absolutely not. You get Lee press-on wheels. Wow. Next up, 2018 Ford Escape SEL. So this one will be really equipped. 124,000 miles, $11,895. Now, I'm no Subway sandwich artist, but if I was a gambling man and I actually took a minute to scan this one in and see what this car is selling for at auction, it won't even be $6,000. We buy these things all the time and sell them at our dealership.
1 hour later.
So as we look at this 2024 Chevy Malibu LT, it's got 42,854 miles on it. I'm gonna go ahead and put the VIN in my VIN scanner here. Okay, so black book on this car, average book is $17,000. You've got a $250 deduct for the miles. Clean book is $19,000. But what are they running through the auction for? Well, with these miles, you can pick one up anywhere between $15,500 and $16,000. I'm gonna put this on the screen so you can see it a little better. So at the end of the day, they're asking $23,095 for a car that I can buy at the auction from anywhere from $15,500 to $16,500 with these miles. And you gotta remember, they're the ones holding the note. They're the ones doing the financing for you. Most used car dealerships on a car at this price point are gonna wanna try to make at least $3,000. But I don't know, you tell me, is $7,000 markup too much for a used Malibu LT? Let's take a look at some of the SUVs they got over here. We've got a 2017 Infiniti QX, 75,000 miles, $17,895. Now these we do not really buy at the auction. We don't see a bunch of them, so I have no idea what kind of comps are on it. I'm not gonna take the time to scan it because I literally have a few minutes before more rain is inbound. But this thing, even though it is cleaner than a pin as I walk around it, hey, I know their business model. At $17,895, this 75,000 mile vehicle is probably a 10, 11 grand car at the auction. Honda CR-V, stickers backwards in it, or hang tags, so I wouldn't be able to see it anyway. Little kicks again for 19 grand. That's a 2022, by the way. Now let's take a look at this. We do buy and sell a ton of Rogues, and I know people hate Nissan for the CVT transmission, but you know what? Every single one of these we buy, just like the Kias, everybody rags on the Kias, the motors blow up, whatever. We haven't experienced really any of that. I've owned 2 Kias, leased 2 Kias. I've never had an issue with any of them. Doesn't mean that, you know, I wasn't just lucky, but this is a 2018 Nissan Rogue Sport S model. It's actually an 18.5. $16,000, $16,395. It's got 83,000 miles on it. Good Lord. Out back here, you'll see all sorts of vehicles going through the system. So anything that's out here, more than likely, I do not work at this store, is either a trade-in or is a repossession or is waiting on parts to be repaired so it can move to the front line. Over there at that fence line where you see all them pretty big Chevy trucks, that is storage for Starling Chevrolet over here. So none of those have anything to do with Drivetime. But just look out here. You've got Camrys, you've got Civics, you've got Accords, you've got a whole bunch of trade-ins over there. All those yellow stickers, this vehicle's not for sale, typically means it was a trade-in, and they're either deciding if they're shipping it to the auction or they're going to retail it. And most times, a lot of these things that are out back here that are already tagged up will either have deposits on them and the people are coming back to wrap up paperwork or are inbound from afar, or they just know there's issues with those cars and they need to order parts, you know, power window motors, ABS modules, whatever. to get them ready to put out here on the lot. So just look at this row right here. Look at all the Chevys. Now there's a Honda and a Hyundai mixed in, but just about all of those cars in this area, all Chevys. You look over here, you'll see the GMC Terrains, tons of Rogues, tons of Muranos. You're not gonna see the Kia Telluride. You're not gonna see the Hyundai Palisade. You will see a couple Durangos, a couple of minivans, but a lot of the stuff that, you know, we just can't find at auction without paying through the nose for it, they're gonna have the same problem. They're no different. And anything that is really sought after, Carvana's not gonna sell it to these knuckleheads. They're gonna sell it, make their own money. Now I'm very curious about this Wrangler Sport. And against my better judgment, I'm gonna walk out here in the puddles and take a look at it. So this is a 2017. This is a Wrangler Sport. Nothing crazy here. It does have a hard top. 17 with 91,000 miles, 19,895 is the asking price for this vehicle. Look at that, it is unlocked. Well, let's put our head inside. They must have left it unlocked for me. So automatic, yeah, aftermarket radio, tons of nicks and scratches inside. It's a pretty rough Jeep, and it stinks to high heaven. Yeah, 20 grand. 20 grand. Wow. Wow. I don't even have the words. I don't even have the words. More Jeeps. Look at all the Hyundais. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Hyundai Santa Fe's in a row. We've got an Edge. Up front, look at that. We do have a Honda Pilot. Look at that. That one's an Elite. Let's put our nose in this thing. Not unlocked, very smart. Okay, 2017 Honda Pilot Elite. 62,000, almost 63,000 miles. $27,095. Wow. Yep, they are proud of that thing. And guess what? They don't have to worry about getting the bank to hang it. Doesn't matter if the book's only 20,000 on that vehicle. Don't worry about it. Drivetime's got your back. Don't even sweat it. VW Atlas. I hate those so much, I'm not even gonna walk up and look at it. Don't even care. Now, what is this down here that I see? Of course, they have it on the Point. An Escalade. Well, well, well. We are looking at a 2018 luxury edition with 93,000 miles. 93,000 miles on an 18 Escalade, $29,495. Holy cow. And the poor person that's going to buy this thinks they're going to have an amazing baller of a vehicle, and within a very short time they will realize how much it costs to replace the suspension in one of these, how much every time a light comes on it costs to fix. But hey, they might get a month or two out of it before all them lights come on, and they can't afford to fix any of those things. Do one more last stop up here on the porch. 2023 Malibu 1LT, 31,000 miles, 22,995. You tell me, does that sound like MSRP on one of those? On a 1LT? 23 grand? And a car absolutely that nobody wants. A 15 volt, 50,000 miles, 14,695. Don't know a lot about these, So as much as I want to pick it apart, tell you that's a crazy price, I have no idea. But I know how they buy cars, so I'm gonna guess it's, you know, at best a 8 or 9 grand car. I don't mess with anything hybrid, plug-in, EV. I hate them. Don't buy them. Avoid them like the plague. Next up, let's take a look at this 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude Edition. It has 93,082 miles. Want to take a venture as to what the auction value is on this little monkey? Let's go ahead and put this one in my little handy dandy scanner. Now this Grand Cherokee Altitude Edition has an average book of $10,300, a clean book of $11,850. Extra clean doesn't matter because it's not extra clean with 90,000 miles. Now, auction value on this vehicle is anywhere between $10,000 and $13,000. So on the high side, they would pay about $13,000 at auction for this Altitude. And we are charging $18,495. And just remember, that's just the price of the car. You still have your dealer fee, your electronic filing fee, if they have one here. And then let's not forget about the interest, because they are going to charge you what is called state cap. That is the most legally they can charge you without going to prison. A 2018 is easily going to be in the mid-20s as far as an interest rate. So buckle up. You will never pay this thing off, and anytime you even do call to get a payoff, you will need the Hubble telescope to be able to see it, because it'll be that high. So I could walk around and show you every single car that's on this lot, which, by the way, it looks like they're sitting on over 250 units at this particular Drivetime lot. But for me to go ahead and log in and scan the VIN, they're asking about $6,000 over auction value for every single vehicle. I've already scanned several. I've only put the 2 on camera that you have seen for the simple reason it's not going to change. This is their business model. This is what they do. And while I know they do get a very, very bad rap as far as overcharging for cars, once again, I want you to think about the customer they are serving. These people do not pay their bills as a whole. I'm sure a few of them go to term on their loans, but not many. Their repossession rate is high, and at the end of the day, they're gonna bring that car back here, do a quick clean on it, and hopefully be able to resell it. What I will tell you is that as soon as they do have to go repossess one of these cars, I would venture most of them are not going to be resellable at this, location, or at any Drivetime location for that matter. People that get past due on their cars are not known for keeping up with their maintenance. If you can't make the payment, you probably can't do your trans service. You're probably not keeping up with your oil changes. You're probably driving on tires that aren't safe. So when they do get a car back, it's gonna cost them a bunch in recon to get it ready to be able to sell again. So will they just send it to the auction? Maybe. Will they spend the money and put it back out on the lot here? Maybe. But just know it's not a matter of them pushing a button and saying that's where the car is, let's go get it, bring it back, put a detail on it, and throw it right back out here on the lot. Because once somebody has put 17, 20,000 miles on one of these and has it go back to Drivetime, there's going to be a ton of recon to put lipstick on that pig to be able to sell it again. Now let's be real for a second. Drivetime, Carvana, they've earned their reputation. And not all of it is glowing. But what I will say in researching this place is I went through their reviews and I am absolutely shocked at how high their rating is. It's almost impossible to have just under a 5.0 Google rating. So what that tells me is when issues do arise, they are obviously fixing it, because as we all know, people have no problem going to the internet to vent their problems. So I tell you, you go ahead and look at their reviews. The reviews here are golden. And while they are not known for being the most fair company to buy from, I will say this, they are filling a niche. So love them or hate them, people that are doing business with Drivetime aren't typically getting approved anywhere else. So they are a necessary evil. So I'm not here to paint them as crooks. I'm just here to say be watchful. Know the deal you're getting and read the fine print. Make sure the car and the payments actually fit your life. If you do that, even the so-called ugly duckling of dealerships can help you spread your wings and get back on the road. Well, that's it from Drivetime here in Kissimmee, Florida. Thank you so much for coming along with me today. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. They are not catering to A+ credit. They are catering to people that maybe opened a Finger Hut card and didn't pay for that birdhouse they ordered. Maybe they didn't pay for that microwave oven that was $139 that they decided to finance over 2 years. These are the same people that, got a Klarna payment or an Afterpay payment for a TV that they really didn't need, and now they laugh about not paying them. Those are the people that are coming to do business at Drivetime. So chances are good they're not going to pay. And if they do pay, they're certainly not going to pay very well. What, are you guys still here? It's over. Stop the video. Go watch something else. I got to get out of here.